Hey, if you go to donnasummer.com, before you even get to the home page, the first thing you're going to see are the words, "The Queen is back," and we're happy to have her. Donna Summer.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. You too.
All right, "The Queen is Back" is a track from your new CD, Crayons,
Yes.
and it's the first time musically that you've kind of poked fun at yourself.
Well, you know, you gotta have a sense of humor, and if anybody's ever been to my show, they know that I have a sense of humor.
But this is a reference, obviously, to the Queen of. I mean, they've been calling you the Queen for 30. I hate to say 30 years.
Since I started.
Since you started. So, what, you decided it was time to have fun with it?
Well, I mean, I just had the title came up, and everybody kept saying, "When are you coming back?" When I'm like, I didn't go anywhere. When are you coming back? I didn't go. You know. So finally, I decided that that would be a good title when I finally did make a new album. So I wrote the song, and it was fun.
You didn't. Yeah, right. You didn't come back because you have been viable and working.
Yeah. I wasn't recording that much, so.
So Crayons, though, this is something that you haven't done in 17 years, right?
Yeah.
All original material.
Yeah.
You wrote just about every song, or co-wrote.
Every song.
Just about every song.
Yeah.
Why was it time, after all this time, to finally do this?
You know, I was on the road for the last 2 years, and I realized after being on the road that I really needed some new songs to sing, and I was not tired of singing the old songs. I just needed some new songs that were my own. And so I had an offer to go and to record, and so I finally worked it out so that I could do a new album with new material, and the record company decided they would stand behind me and give me the chance.
There's a song on the album, the one I really enjoyed, "Mr. Music."
Oh, I love that song.
Which is a tribute pretty much to Neil Bogart of Casablanca Records.
Mm-hmm. Well, Neil was the beginning of my career. He was the person that really sort of created Donna Summer in terms of totally directing me right down to how I looked and what kind of car I drove and where I lived in Hollywood. And he was very much a stickler for having everything in place. And he just taught me how to be on stage by myself, because I was used to being in theater, and I wasn't used to occupying the whole stage. He would pace from one end of the theater to the other, and he would make me look at him, and then he would get over there and go, "Smile, smile." So he's very much a part of me. Every time I go on stage, Neil is basically with me.
Yeah, he created Donna. He
mentored me till I had it.
A lot of people don't know. Your fans, your diehard fans know, but a lot of people don't know that you originally wanted a career in legitimate theater, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And you did appear in a Broadway ensemble.
Yeah. Yeah. I auditioned for Hair back in the day, and I got
clothing optional, or was that clothing optional?
Yeah,
okay.
A little bit. I wore mine, but back in the day.
Right.
But I did Hair, and then I went on to do 4 or 5 other musicals in Europe. And when I started recording solo, it was new for me. Right out of the box, we had "Love to Love You, Baby." So that was.
Do you feel you got sidetracked? Do you want it? Would you like to get back?
I would love to do serious
roots?
theater. I'd love to really do acting without singing. And but I'd have to wait for the right role to come along. I don't always want to play. The offers that come sometimes are hookers, prostitutes, drug addicts. I'm like, hey, there's got to be another role here somewhere, So if the right role came, I would love to.
Would it have to be an original role, or would it be something that's already existing?
Well, it could be something existing, but I'd like to have a role that I could actually create the character, because I feel like that would be a nice thing to do.
Well, you're a writer. Why don't you?
Well, I've written my musical. I'm waiting. I've been working on it for the last 5 years.
Was there ever a time when you wanted to really distance yourself from those disco songs? They were very good to you, and they made you what you are today. But I mean, I can understand how you might feel pigeonholed or stereotyped by it.
I don't
let it limit you.
Only if it doesn't limit me. I think if you listen to any of my old albums, it never did. I mean, I sang all kinds of albums. I mean, I'm the first woman, from what I've been told, that ever won a rock and roll Grammy. I, have 5 Grammys in 5 different categories. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying, for instance,
that's a fact.
That's just a fact.
It's a fact.
And the point that I'm trying to make is that each category was different. So it hasn't always been about disco, even though people know me as that title stuck. So I mean, I've been conquering a lot of fields in my life and horizons, and I hope to continue to do that.
The title of the album and the song on the album, Crayons, I would imagine that has a lot to do with you as a visual artist, because your art has been displayed all over the world. It sells at a very, very nice price. I know
Yes.
that. Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
But was there a correlation between the two artistic sides of you, the music side and the visual arts?
Well, I think that I think a lot of vocal artists or musicians paint or draw. I think it's the other thing you do when you're not working, because it's one of the few things that you can do where you have something tangible. I think when we're on stage, we do a show, we go home, we have nothing. We have, the memory of the night, but we can't capture it all. And when you're painting, you get to capture something that is fixed, and it's something you can then transfer even to another medium. And so I think that's why painting is as important for people who are musicians. And it definitely is an equal part of me. I don't get to do it as much right now, but I'm hoping to get a chance to have a painting spurt.
Is that the way it is? You go through spurts?
Spurts, yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't paint when I'm unhappy.
Really?
No, I sing when I'm unhappy, and I paint when I'm happy. And I don't only sing when I'm unhappy, but I mean, somehow when I'm unhappy, the first way that I would express myself would be through singing.
Does it make you feel better, or
Yes.
does it just unburden you?
Oh no, it unburdens me. I'm able to cry. It brings me to a point of tears. I would sit at the piano and play by myself and just sing, and I can say the things I want to say, and then when it's all over, it's over.